Questions for our student athletes?
Khristian, I asked Greg the same question. This game had the feel of kind of a dog days of conference type of game, one we had to get through, and guys got through it. I mean, you played good defense. Probably offense wasn't as good as you'd hope it to be, but just talk about just plowing through it and getting through it and doing what you needed to do ultimately.
I think a little bit of Saturday kind of crept in us from today. Playing a double overtime game, hard one up in Chicago, kind of crept into today's game. But I mean, credit to us that we just fought through it and came out with the win. It doesn't matter who you're playing, it's conference, and any team can be beaten. So I mean, we started off a little rough, but I mean, luckily our fans got us a little through it. And Grant got us a three that really got us going, and that really sparked us for the rest of the game.
Yeah, Grant talked about that. You've been waiting for the opportunity to do that, and certainly at that stage of the game, something good and positive needed to happen regardless of who did it or what it was. And just talk about the feeling you had, and you could hear it on the bench. I mean, the guys were pumped up about it, and just talk about your own emotion on that.
Well, I mean, it's just about staying ready for when my time's called. And, I really didn't think too much about it. I mean, the game was tied at 45-45, I think, and I just went in and tried to do what I can do, which is just space the floor and shoot when I'm open. Brent gave me a perfect pass, so all credit goes to him.
Khristian, can you talk about the effect that shot had? You guys went on, I think that was part of a 10-0 run. I don't think it started it, but it was certainly one of the biggest shots in it. And just the kind of infectious feeling a shot like that has in a grinder game like this, especially, those shots are big.
I think we were all excited to see him hit that shot. I mean, he works really hard in practice, and for him to just come off the bench and spark us like that really just kind of woke us up a little bit. I think shots started to fall just a little bit more. It got our defense flowing. So I mean, I think, like I said, that shot was really that kind of won the game for us.
Defense was, Drake hit some shots here and there, but you look at their shooting percentage. I mean, they shot 32%. Their coach came in and said that you guys were, away from the ball, especially really giving them trouble getting into their sets. Just if people don't know, that's not always noticeable to people, but just talk about, your guys' ability to do that tonight. And, when they had a chance to build some momentum, they never really were able to get into it too much, and they kept you in the game.
I mean, that's what we do. We fight catches. We try to disrupt the rhythm of the other team's offense. Coach talked about just huddling together when things go wrong. I mean, it's a 40-minute game. Things aren't going to be perfect at all times. We got to huddle up and just talk about getting 3 straight stops. They had a little run, but I mean, it's basketball. It's going to happen. Those shots are going to fall. But what team is going to crack down and get the defensive stops that is needed so we can build our own run on the other end? And we like to fight those catches and disrupt their rhythm, so their shooters don't get a good catch and shoot 3, or their drivers can't drive middle and then kick it out to those other shooters, and we always have to finish it with a box out.
For both of you guys, Greg mentioned this in his press conference. The schedule has been, you go in through that portion of the Valley schedule where a lot of games lined up in a row, and then, as you said, obviously a double overtime on Saturday. A little bit of rest, as much as you get in the conference season, but talk about taking advantage of that and taking that into a road game on Saturday up at Bradley.
Now the game has to be more mental, more than physical. I mean, earlier in the season, earlier in conference season, it's a lot of physical. You fill your teams out, but now it's more mental. We got to think the game a lot more. I think we all need to get in there and watch film a lot more, know our opponents, know exactly what we do on the offensive end, because shots aren't always going to fall, but we can always play defense. And just knowing that what the other team likes to do and what we like to do, just knowing the spots that we can be in, these last couple of weeks is all mental for us.
Any thoughts on that, Grant?
I mean, I think you hit it right on the nose. I mean, for those guys, I mean, my legs feel great. But like for these other guys, that rest is huge for us. So they just need to take this time to rest up, get in the ice bath, and just use it to their full advantage.
Anything else? Gentlemen, thank you.